I will present how to use multi-component Mobiderm bandaging system in intensive phase of treatment of upper limb lymphedema. Starting the whole procedure, we need to know which stage of edema patient suffer from. This is why, based on ISL staging on lymphedema, we need to describe the staging of edema in the patient. Why? Because depend on the severity of the edema, depend on the staging of edema, we will apply different level of pressure during the bandaging. So in case we will have, for example, edema stage 2, we need to apply 20 to 30 millimeters of mercury in the wrist area. So this is why before we will start the bandaging, we should check the circumference of the wrist in the patient. First of all, we need to check what is the staging of lymphedema, how severe is the problem. Because depend on the severity of the edema in the patient, we will apply different value of pressure. So before we will start the whole bandaging, we need to concentrate on the hand and fingers. Especially when we will use Mobiderm protocol, we need to be sure that all the hand and fingers are prepared, are secured, in order to avoid any tissue fluid flow down toward the hand. So for this reason, we will recommend you to use Biflexideal 3 cm width bandage, which is genius, a very good product for such a reason. So we will start to make the bandaging starting with the wrist. When we have not edema here on the hand, we will start directly using the Biflexideal 3 cm. We'll move forward the distal phalanx of the first finger. There is the only one good technique for such a bandaging, but I recommend you to be focused on, to be concentrated on the dorsal part of the hand in order to cover all the skin here in order to protect the hand against the edema. So we are moving toward the nail, to the basis of the nail, and then without attention, don't pull the bandage that much. We can cover step by step the whole hand. This bandage is 5 meters long, so it is long enough to secure, to cover all the hand. Yes. This way we have all the hand prepared already. You can use a piece of adhesive tape in order to secure the end of the bandage here. When she will do the fist, we can see that this part of the bandage will push the tissue here, so will increase the pressure. So when you will apply this bandage, you need to apply it without attention, without a pressure, because this is the dressing, the bandaging which should prevent the edema to move down to the hand. In case we have edema located here in the patient hand, we need to apply slightly different technique using Mobiderm before we will make the bandaging. So first of all, we need to cover all the skin with a cotton bandage. We need to cut the piece of this bandage. What I would recommend you to cover all the skin starting with the line of the metacarpal joints here in the hand. So this is why I recommend you to use this very small hole in the bandage here, for example. And use this bandage as a stockinette. Excellent. And now we can cut Mobiderm with the small cubes in order to cover not only the dorsal part of the hand but also each fingers separately. We have Mobiderm on the hand already, and we will start with Biflexideal 3 cm bandage. And we will apply this bandage with Mobiderm under the bandage. So we need to control the coverage of the whole visible skin on the hand and fingers. So don't pull the bandage very much. So we need to apply it without attention. Please be concentrated on this. The bandage with Mobiderm inside looks much more bulky comparing to the traditional normal technique without Mobiderm, but it is very, very effective. What we have here also, we have uncovered palmar side of the hand, and now we can, if it is necessary for us, we can put a kind of foam pad. We can cut it from the bigger shape or use the pre-shaped pad for that reason, in order to make the oval of the cross-section of the hand more oval, more circular. Now we can follow the next steps. Once we have the hand already secured and prepared, we can cover all the skin, all the limb with a cotton bandage. Here we have 2 layers of tubular bandage, 100% cotton made on, and we can use it as, I recommend to use it as a stockinette, as a sleeve. So we need to cut the right piece of this material. And cover all the arm from the wrist to the armpit. This layer allows us to secure, to cover and make skin safe. The next component of our multi-component bandaging Mobiderm bandaging system is Mobiderm itself. So we need to apply this product very accurate. So what does it mean? It means that we need to apply this bandage, Mobiderm bandage, without a tension. Don't pull the material, just to be sure that we generated only one cube overlapping. So the last layer is covered by the next only on a distance of 1 cube of Mobiderm. In the elbow area we need to bend the arm, and in order to be sure that we put the Mobiderm, the elbow in the middle of the Mobiderm here, and then move up and up to the end of the arm. Yes. Now we can check if it is everything okay here. We need to cut the rest of Mobiderm, and the next layer of our multi-component system will be short stretch bandage, Biflexideal, 8 cm width. Once again, I would like to explain you how to apply this bandage correctly. So what does it mean? It means that we will apply this bandage without a tension, don't generate a tension force during the application. Just try to keep the roll all the times on the surface of the arm, and just unwind it with one finger overlapping. But we need to make the bandaging more accurate using our second hand, and try to do a kind of massage of this product. So using this technique we will generate only 10 millimeters of mercury of the pressure, so superficial pressure, sub-bandage pressure, but we will generate also very stiff layer. So it means that we will have very low resting pressure and high level of SSI, static stiffness index, which is necessary to be as high as possible. In the elbow area, once again, I need to be sure that I have the elbow in the middle of the bandage width here. So we will have here the 1Z letter. Now we can secure this with Velcro tab, and we need to take the other short stretch bandage. This time I will use 10 cm with the bandage. Why? Because, as you probably remember very well, according to Laplace law, the pressure depends also on the dimension of the bandage. So this is why I am starting with 8 cm in the arm, and then I recommend to use 10 cm Biflexideal. The last layer we will generate with Biflex 16. When we have lymphedema stage 2, according to ISL staging, we need to apply 20 to 30 millimeters of mercury Once we know the circumference of the wrist here in the patient, which is 17 centimeters, and looking at the chart graph, we can take the Biflex 16 plus bandage and apply 2 layers in order to receive 20 to 30 millimeters of mercury. How to control the number of the layers? It is very simple story, because first of all we need to control the tension. Tension we will control looking on the calibration mark. When the calibration mark becomes a square, it means for us that we have the right tension and now we can apply this bandage. The calibration mark allows us also to control the number of the layers. If we would like to have 2 layers only, we need to see only the half the square which is visible from the next layer here. So it is very simple to be controlled, both the tension, the pressure, and also the number of the layers, so the coverage of and density of the bandaging system. At the elbow, please be sure that we still have the same coverage. Still, we need to see the half of the calibration mark only. So it is very easy for us to control the coverage, the density of the bandaging, and also the tension. It means the pressure, the force of the whole system we are applying. Finally, we need to check if everything is okay. So we need to control the coverage. It's very good, very nice.